Hey everybody, it's Modesta Mahiga from Modesta.Africa. I want to speak about something really crucial. Yesterday, going through Twitter, I saw this tweet that this guy was saying whenever he was training pastors, listen to this story, okay? It's just not a Christian story. He'd give them a compliment. Hey Bjorn, welcome. It's been decades. Welcome to the feed. He'd give them compliments, right? When they did something right and they said, oh no, oh glory to God, oh no, it's oh God, And every single week he's watching their progress in this leadership training. And every time he gives them a compliment, they said that. And he said, you know what? People don't seem to quite understand what humility is. He said, listen, if it was oh God, it would be much better than this. We should learn to say thank you. So what I want to talk about today is exactly that. Having the right estimation of yourself. Humility isn't self-abasing. It isn't bashing yourself. Oh no, I'm not, I don't really have it going on. No, that is not true. That's not me. Oh, I'm just grateful to God. Oh, glory to God. Not that we're not grateful, but to understand what you know. And you need to be able to celebrate yourself for what you know. And what you don't, you can get help with. And so I want to go through, I think there were 6. Wait for it. 7 steps, yes. To working on what you're really great at and how to think and speak of yourself in the areas that you need to improve. So number 1, purpose. Who would have thought Modesta would start with purpose? Yes, number 1 is purpose. Who are you? Why are you here? Where are you going in life? Being clear about who you are and what it is that you want to achieve. Guys, I cannot stress this enough. It isn't a thing. It's not like Modesta's personal brand. It's about purpose and excellence. No. It really makes a difference. It stills you on the inside. You actually deal with the rest of your world from the inside out. You tell yourself, listen, given who I am, why I exist, and what it is I'm here to do, what I'm going through right now, if it's a challenge, are just the vicissitudes of life. I am going to get where I want to go. What I see this to be, this opportunity, as lucrative as it may seem, is not for me because I know who I am and where I'm going. Second thing, values. What you value, your non-negotiable principles, standards, preferences on how you want to conduct yourself, how you want to live, and how you want to conduct yourself by others, but also how you would like others to conduct themselves by you. This is why, FYI, you guys know I will go off on a tangent sometimes. This is why, as my friend Natalie said, integrity isn't just about what you do not do by others. It's not the bad you don't do to others. It's also the bad you do not allow others to do by you. So when you're in this conundrum of, oh my goodness, am I good enough? Yeah, okay, fine. Maybe I've studied and I have the accolades, I've got the degrees, and maybe, I have the experience, but still I'm not doing well in a certain area. This is how to have a healthy estimation of yourself, have a healthy self-esteem, the humility to say, look, what I do know, I know, and I can celebrate myself. What I have accomplished, I have. And I can celebrate myself for that. But that which I do not know, that I can work on. That which I've yet to, get to, I can work on. But there's no point in saying, oh, I could be better. I could be further. Like I'm 40 years old this year. I could be further along in life by now. Oh, that thing I messed up. When you know your purpose, you know this thing is for a lifetime. You know what it is. Hey, Kate, welcome. Apaikunda, Fatma, Frank. Who do I have here? Mrembo, Akoya. And Bjorn, of course. You know that, listen, for who I am, where I'm going, today I just put out a post that says, listen, adulting requires a lot of doing the work and delaying instant gratification before you actually see the results. And so if it's, about my purpose, I'm on my way. No matter what it looks like day by day, I will not plant a seed and keep removing the little plantling, the little seedling to see how far it's grown. I understand that there is a process, there is a season, right? And when I know my values, if somebody says, something, let's say something negative, or maybe they hint that, yes, I could be further along by now. They hint that, yes, I could be seeing different results because I know my values, because I know what I attribute my success to. Success isn't just about the money, although, hey, people, I am about the money too. There is a whole lot more. And so if I have defined success to me, I'm still talking about having a right estimation of yourself, having humility in what it is, and it's not self-abasing. When I know my values and I have defined what success means to me, I understand for those who say, Modesta, we're out here networking and getting clients. What are you doing at home with your husband and kids? I'm like, yeah, it is good. People will be like, Modesta, 5,000 followers on Instagram, you're barely scratching the surface. That's not business. I'm like, that's all right, because I'm organically speaking to people and I'm making the connections, if not for business today, for tomorrow. So when you redefine success, when you have your values that are very clear and they're non-negotiable, you don't have issues with whether, you're up and elated one day because people said something that you like, and then another day, you're falling apart. So number one, of course, purpose. I know who I am. I know why I'm here. I know where I'm going. No matter what happens, that keeps me grounded. Number two, I've set my non-negotiable values. No matter what happens, good or negative, I don't get swayed by the outward because I am solid on the inside. So number three, just in case you think, oh, wait, that was my alarm to remind me of my next class. Guys, I multitask like nothing. Like I make the most of every little window of opportunity. Moving back to topic. Hey G, hi Kosa, Tanzania. Right? And number three is taking inventory. So I know who I am, why I'm here. I have my non-negotiable values that move me from the inside out. No matter what, I was speaking to one of my clients the other day. She's in a very intense field, working with people who've gone through trauma, working with people that have gone through abuses. And it is taking a toll on her. And she really wished, and not just with the beneficiaries of her services, but even the clients that she served, she wished there was a better way of working around issues. And I said, this is the only thing we can do, and guys, we need to know this. The only person you can control is you. No matter what the situation looks like, if you feel as if I'm in a toxic situation with people, you would have to remove yourself. Only you can control what you think, what you say, what you do. So I said, what you can do is you can, as you've resolved in yourself who you are, what you stand for, what you are doing in this arrangement for your clients who then have the beneficiaries who are benefiting from your services. And then you bring that peace, that security, that professionalism, that non-partisanship, because there was an issue now with the complexities of the organization she was working with, that non-partisanship to the table. And who knows, they might catch that in your presence. She brings her own environment every time she goes to the client, every time she shows up to these meetings or these sessions, these therapy sessions that she has, so that at most, first, if she can protect herself and she can engage from wholeness and she can engage from health. She can engage from what she is in control of. And maybe it'll rub off on the other people. Maybe, if only for those sessions, there will be a completely different environment and dynamic in her presence. But just maybe, because she is prayerful, just maybe as well, that even as she leaves, she will leave behind that kind of environment. So when you are looking at, oh my goodness, I mean, somebody else was just speaking to you today. It's like, look, I'm 40 next year. I'm like, child, I'm 40 this year. And, I do have voices say, fallen from grace, Modesta, how much further ahead you could be right now. That voice comes. I remember, I don't know if I told you guys, a little while ago, my husband says, baby, in a decade, we're 50. I'm like, and that is something to celebrate in your mind, like how? And this was just before, 2020, new year, a new decade. It was like around, I think the 30th or 31st, like, baby, in a decade, we're 50 years old. I'm like, anybody tell this guy that this is something to be telling your wife? Anyway, my pen fell. Purpose, values, and then inventory. Remember I said what you do know, you do know. What you know, you know. What you don't know, you can learn. So take inventory. Take inventory of your studies. Yes, I don't always focus on your education and your experiences, but it is important where you feel as if I don't have a healthy estimation of myself. Some people say, I'm 30, I should be further ahead by now. I'm 40, I should be further ahead by now. Somebody else says, I'm supposed to be leaving a legacy to my children's children, and I can barely take care of myself. and I guess I will be one of those old people who are dependent on their kids, and that wasn't supposed to be my story. That wasn't supposed to be my narrative. And so there are a lot of external pressures and cultural pressures that say, maybe the whole thing of I should be married with kids, whatever it is. But when you take inventory of what you do have happening, what is going right for you, or what you have accomplished. So I was speaking to somebody and I said, listen, because she just recently signed up to the master plan class, and when she sent me an email, I saw her signature. I'm like, oh my word. So when we were talking, and she had these questions of, listen, everything else seems to be right? The education, the exposure, the networks, but what isn't happening? And when I said, listen, but that is happening. You can't take that away from yourself. Take inventory of the education, yes. Experiences, yes. Good health, yes. That you do well at work, or whatever it is that you do have. You cannot take that away from yourself. And if you validate that, if you look at that and say, hey, I have something. I mean, of course, you're of value anyway. Even if you hadn't done a thing, you're a value of God. Even if you hadn't done a thing, and actually you hadn't done a thing, and you were brought on earth at such a time as this to fulfill a God-ordained purpose, fine. But even what you have done till now, I mean, it could have been that you survived some things. I have survived some things I got into all by myself from when I was little to now. That is something I have under my belt. And then, after you take inventory of what you do have, and you celebrate it, as in write it down. I write a bunch of things all the time. Write it down and say, this is what is going right with me. It could be character. It could be values you stand by. I mean, there's so many things that when you start doing this exercise, you will find, you'll say, you know what? No one can take that away from me. I do stand solid. I do have that going on. Then start building your personal brand on what is positive, what is happening, what you do have that cannot be taken away from you. And so if, for instance, you are, oh my goodness, I can't think of titles right now, but let's say you're really good at finances and you're good at advising. And you could be unemployed at the moment, which really just means, there's no one else external from you engaging you. Guys, I am in all purposes unemployed. Yes, Modesta. Because I've employed myself. So I could sit there, boo-hoo-hoo, no organization is looking for me. Or I could just engage myself. It's just a way of looking at things differently. And so you could even get a title. So for instance, if you're saying, a financial advisor, which you are, even if nobody right now is looking for your services, you can then, when you start creating a personal brand, the way you think, the way you speak, the way you dress, the way you communicate, that aligns with what you do have, that nobody can take away from you. You will start attracting those things which otherwise you would have sat there waiting, hoping that somebody would employ you, hoping that somebody would see you, for. It is a whole different way of looking at your life and esteeming yourself. And so start building a personal brand, which is an ongoing process to create a certain image or impression of yourself to others. You don't have to have somebody who's giving you a contract and who says, okay, I'm employing you, who's giving you a contract and says, okay, your business can do business with mine. You can already think, speak, act, dress like the future that you want for yourself. And I am telling you, guaranteed, you will attract the types of people and resources and opportunities that you seek. But you first have to have a right estimation of yourself. Humility is not putting yourself down. Humility is saying that you see that which you do have going and you're grateful. And you do see the areas that you don't have going. And this is what you do. You don't bash yourself up. You don't beat yourself down. What you do is you get a coach. You get a mentor. You get a person who can help you in the areas that you're not doing well. I mean, it is that simple. I refuse for everything negative that the world has said, continues to say, and will say about me. I refuse to help them. Refuse to help the world put you down. I mean, it could be just our gender. It could be our race. It could be our background. It could be our nation. It could be whatever it is that you're going through. Just the world stereotyping you is enough at times for many of us to feel as if, oh my goodness, like how on earth did I, get on the earth on this side of, the human race or the whatever spectrum. But you can also decide there is nothing wrong with me at all. Not that they may not be areas you could improve, but for the things that are not going fine, I can get help with that. But for the things that are going well, I am not going to put them down simply because there's some things that are not going well. You don't put yourself down simply because there's some areas that you still fall short on. Just because you still have weaknesses in certain areas does not discount the strengths that you do have. The strengths that you have, you stand on those strengths, you celebrate those strengths, and you profile them in your personal brand. You communicate them, you address them. You perform, and I don't mean perform like putting on a show, but I mean in your delivery of what you do. Everything about you should speak of your strengths and the values that you hold and the purpose that you came to fulfill. And in any area you need help, well, get help. Just because you need help doesn't mean that you are just, completely broken, nothing can be done of you. We all need help. We all will continue needing help. Just this conversation I had with this lady that joined the master plan class. She said, I didn't think I would need this. I've never done anything like this. Everything else, for all purposes, is fine with me. She's like really top up there in her field, and it's a scientific field. And she said to me, it's like, oh my goodness, I need help. I'm like, listen, I have coaches galore. I spend more money on coaches than you guys spend money on anything I'll ever put out. I have mentors for all kinds of areas. I have accountability partners. We will do this till the day God calls us home. Every single person needs to grow. And even in the areas that they feel like I'm doing great, they need to maintain, they need to evolve. And you know what you know. You don't know anything extra than what you know. And so it's always good to get inputs from elsewhere. All right, I'm winding up. Mind the self-talk. That's the next point. So what did I have? Number one is purpose. When you want to have a healthy estimation of yourself, like understanding that you can be humble, but humility is not self-abasing. Humility is not putting yourself down. Know your purpose, because no one can take that away from you. You will then have a long-term, you'll have a not just long-term view of yourself, you will also have a greater, wider perspective, understanding, listen, I was created for purpose. This isn't a thing I came out here to do. I came here in fulfillment of something greater than myself, greater than anybody I will ever meet. I cannot hold myself as my standard. I cannot hold other people as my standard. I need to know why I was created, and let me see what I am supposed to rise up to in myself. Number two is values. When you are guided by your non-negotiable values, you carry an environment everywhere you go. You walk into a place according to who you are, where you're going, what you believe in, and how you want to engage with people and people to engage with you. And everywhere you go, you can have similar experiences because you refuse to bow down, to bend and compromise your non-negotiable values. Number three is take inventory of what you do have going on. Do a personal SWOT, your strengths, your weaknesses and opportunities out there and threats. That which you are great at, you're great at. Write it down. That which you have already done thus far, you've done it. The experience you have, the education, the challenges you've had. It could have been an illness. It could have been a misfortune. It could have been a loss in the family. Whatever it is, the things that you were able to go through, like me, could have been depression. And, all of that. What you have done, what you have overcome, you have. No one can take that away from you. And then start building a personal brand based on the positive, based on the strengths, based on that which you've done well, that which you believe in, that you're capable of influencing others for. Act, speak consistently, convey that message, deliver that, live that message. And in the areas you need help with, you're not completely broken and there's nothing that can be done, by you just because you need help in certain areas. We all need help, and we'll need help for the rest of our lives. For the areas you need help, get a coach, get a mentor, learn and grow. It's as simple as that. I meet so many people who are amazing, and I don't say you're amazing because I'm like, okay, look, let me say this because they'll like me as a coach and they'll engage me, because you guys know I'm not a nice coach. I'm not here to be nice. I'm here to help you. And so no. I don't give compliments, or I don't give you a certain evaluation that I have of you so that you can think I'm nice, so that you can keep, no, guys, no. I do that because I truly see what I see in you. I see the positives, and I will shine the brightest light on your positives. And I will see the areas where you need to work on, And I'll say, all right, let's just sit there. Let's sit together. Let's have this conversation and come up with success strategies. Let's come up with strategies to address this thing. I don't beat you down. Of course, I will tell you, I'm like, you keep drumming with that. You need to chill with that thing. That thing will take you down. If you keep thinking that way and speaking that way of yourself, if you keep allowing that in your life, that'll take you down. But nobody comes to me and I'm like, oh man, no, I thought I heard it all. Your stuff is too much. That never happens. And so, get help. Change the self-talk. Change the way you think and you speak about yourself, and you will change the experiences that you're having. And then the last one, get yourself in a community. Community of like-minded, like-purpose people who not only are going in a similar direction, but people who may even be going through similar challenges, but are not lying there saying, this is who I am, this is how I come, take it or leave it. We have, what session did we just have with one of the classes? A communication. So, you guys have been seeing that I've been talking about communicating for impact. So we just did that with the master plan class, and people got to present. And they were giving each other really meaningful feedback and hard feedback as well, which is completely fine. So nobody took offense. Why? Because they know I am in an environment of African leaders that share purpose, that want to have, greater market impact, that want to have greater, influence and increase their income and their performance in the marketplace. And so when they give me feedback, it comes from a heart of people where we share values, people who share a similar journey, people who even share similar challenges. There is a power in doing things in community. So again, for you to have humility that is not self-abasing, that is an accurate estimation of who you are, you need to consider these 7 things. First of all, your purpose. Be very clear about who you are and why you're here, so that you can work from purpose with everything else that you're looking at. I am not going to give up on me. I am the last human being on earth to give up on Modesta. Why? Because I know Modesta was put on earth for a specific purpose. And until that purpose is fulfilled, Modesta will see another day. Modesta will rise again if she's fallen. Modesta will get over stuff. If Modesta gets sick, which I never will, people never in Jesus' name, Modesta will recover. Why? Because she's still in the process of fulfilling purpose. Second thing to consider is your values. When you work from your non-negotiable values, you are solid. You carry your values everywhere you go. You engage from that, and you have certain expectation of people engaging with you. If they do not, you're not blaming people. You are extricating yourself. Remove yourself from that environment if you're going to be in a situation that doesn't honor you, and I don't mean honor you that dances to your tune. No, guys, really stands by values, disrespects or puts you down or is toxic and you cannot grow. Get out from that lid, and then take inventory of what is happening, what you have accomplished, what you have overcome, what you have gotten over, what mountains you have been able to climb over. It doesn't matter that you've got others coming. You have others that you have already succeeded at overcoming. Their levels you've already reached. With some people, the fact that you've just seen this day to you is a success. Celebrate that. Take inventory of all of that, and then start building your brand around that. Like I just mentioned a little earlier, if you don't have, you're not employed. If no one is doing business with your business, you can still give yourself a title based on your strengths. You can still, speak like, I am engaging with you guys. You can write, you can associate, you can find situations in which you are able to give. Because listen, before you were given a job, you had purpose. Before, somebody gave you a contract, you have a calling. Let your purpose and calling speak to people every single day. The jobs, the opportunities, the contracts will come. You don't sit there and then somebody gives you a contract and, and then you start springing into action. No. You're in action every day, baby. Every day you're on earth is another day to fulfill purpose and your calling. And so you do that. Build a personal brand about it. It will attract that which you want. And it gives you that grounding in who you are. You know that which you do know, and you're creating an environment, a world that validates that which you do know, and that which you don't. Get a coach, get a mentor. Don't beat yourself down. That which you don't, get help with. As simple as that. Mind your self-talk. and make sure you're surrounded by a community of people that are not only going in the right direction, that may also be facing the same challenges and will give you the grace, yet the challenge to get over what you're getting over. So yeah, that's my little piece on humility and leadership. Having the right estimation of yourself. Humility is not putting yourself down. Like that tweet, whatever video that I saw yesterday, is not saying, oh, it's all God. Oh, it's all God. And this guy's like, listen, you need to start saying thank you when somebody gives you a compliment. Because if it's all God, it would have been much better than you're doing. No, it is you. You can be grateful. God put that in you. And in areas that you need improvement, get improvement. But this thing of, oh, no, it's not me, is actually not serving us well. We're created in the image and likeness of God. He is a great God capable of everything. And we are his children. So we are capable of absolutely anything we set our minds to. So if you're going to say, well done, Modesta, you've done a good job, I will say thank you very much. And that will be it. And I recommend you do the same. If you say thank you and you feel like, oh, I'm such a con, I'm such a fake, I mean, I could have done better, you need to start doing this work. Go check out this video. Do this work again. Because what you do have going for you, do not take that away from yourself. Don't let anybody else take it away from you. That which you do need help with, get the help. It's as simple as that. You do that now for whatever it is. When you get over that, anything else that you see, you do that for that. And we'll continue doing this until the day we are called home. All right. Thank you so very much for that today. I love you, my people. Who do I have here? Dawema. Dawema has something. What'd you say? Top-notch coaching system. Seeing that smoke cloud and continuing. Yay! It's going to rain. It's going to rain. You know I'll never give up on you. I'm waiting for you, Wema Chagula. Brighton, thank you. Patrita, hey. Matilda, hi. Hey, my Monty. Edith, Esther, Irene, Catherine, Dorsey. Thank you, everybody else who's joined since I started this feed. Listen, if these things make sense to you and they help you, please do share with other people as well. A lot of us are bashing ourselves down. And I'm not even talking about a person who has no hope, has never done anything. Many of us have done something, guys. We have had the education. We have overcome things. We've worked. We've done... But then this voice, we give it way too much airtime. Let's kill this voice. Work on what we need to work on, but definitely celebrate that which we do have going on. You need to do that because it's going to be a while. Yeah, some of us are doing 120 years old. 120 years? You best be celebrating yourself on the way there. We'll feel like it'll never end. All right. Love you. Bye. Oh, yeah. Do share. If you're interested in the master plan class, hi Paul, welcome. Do DM me and ask me or send an email to hello@modesta.africa. And please subscribe. Thank you to everybody who's been subscribing. I've got this little covert YouTube what is it called? Like marketing thing. Like I follow people in the DM now. Oh my goodness, I've become just so. I mean, I don't know if it's sneaky or if it's marketing. And the numbers are going up. I need to get to 1,000. Imagine, I don't even have 1,000 subscribers. I need to get to 1,000 so that I can do my YouTube anywhere. Like I can do it on a device like this is my phone rather than sitting on a desktop. So guys, road to 1,000. I've got 59 to go before I get, 59 subscribers to go before I can get to 1,000. So please share the content and please subscribe. Much love. Bye.